Hey everyone, we're the Panther Crew and today we're here in Brixton. I'm here with Jermaine.
Hey, what's up guys?
The whole point why we're here is we want to talk about Black History Month and Black culture and what it all means to you. So, first question. Do you think Black History Month should turn to a cultural month, and why should all minorities share the same month to celebrate their culture and history?
Why should they celebrate?
Yeah, should all minorities have the same month to celebrate their culture and their history?
Well, I think every nationality or ethnic group, I think, if they celebrate it all together, it means they will have more days to be happy. And if they also let every ethnic group celebrate its own feasts, whatever, holidays, or that will also be good. But others should be happy also. That if Indians celebrate their own, the Africans must be happy with them. And if other ethnic groups also celebrate, then people should celebrate with them if possible.
Oh, so you believe that all races and nationalities should have their own month to celebrate?
It's not that they should have their own. They definitely have their own. I mean, the Jews celebrate it in their own way. The Ethiopians celebrate it in their own way, or Sudanese and other Caribbeans, you name them. Latin Americans, and so. What I am saying is everybody must be happy for whoever is celebrating. If they can, they should celebrate it together. If not, at least they should be happy for what they are doing, because celebration is just happiness. It's not harming anybody.
Oh yeah, that's a great answer. Great answer. Thank you for today.
Thank you.
So hey, I'm here today to interview, what's your name?
My name is Connie Mitchell.
Oh, nice to meet you. So, we're here to talk about Black History Month. So, what's Black History Month to you personally?
Me, I am very proud and happy. I like to celebrate Black History Month because there's a lot that happened, which we should always be focused and ready to talk about. And we shouldn't make people break us down by telling us not to celebrate. We will continue to celebrate this month as Black History Month, and no matter what new thing they come with, we will not support that.
That's right. I totally agree with that. And do you think we do anything enough to celebrate this event this month of Black History Month?
Well, I think we haven't done enough to support it, and a lot of us need to come together more and to understand that we need to take this very serious, just like how the Israeli take Holocaust very seriously. And we need to stand firm and stop hiding in corners and hiding from each other and stand strong together, because together we will be stronger than ever. But if we keep on running away from each other, then we ain't gonna get anywhere. We're gonna continue in a little corner by ourselves, and then they will continue to walk over us, because that's what's been happening at the moment.
Yeah, for a very long time.
Yes, and we can change it.
That's right.
We only have to stand strong and stand together, and then we can do it.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Hello there. I'm here with
Dawit, that's my name.
So Dawit, what I want to ask is, people want to change Black History Month to Cultural Month to include other races. Do you believe in this?
Well, I guess that's an interesting question, to be honest. I mean, if it's inclusive, and if other cultures can take inspiration from the Black culture, I guess that's a good way to look at it. But I don't know. I mean, why don't we have a whole year of appreciating everyone's culture?
So my understanding is that we shouldn't have specific months to celebrate Black history or any other history. We should celebrate diverse histories all year round. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yes, I agree with that. Yes. That. Yeah, I agree with that, man. Yeah.
And would the whole country be better off with this notion, or what do you think?
I suppose, yeah. Like every culture has its, unique perks, There's lots of things, you know. There's lots of unique cultural aspects. I mean, yeah, I guess the whole country should be better off for, you know, celebrating any culture any day of the day. I mean, any day of the month, to be honest. So I mean, tomorrow you can have, like, I don't know, Andean Culture Appreciation Day. Some drums, some roots, some reggae. I don't know.
Sounds like a good answer.
I mean, honest to you, I think, yeah, you should. Yeah, absolutely. Any day of the month or any day of the year, you should just celebrate the fact that, you know, we're here on this earth, you know.
And do you?
We're happy to be alive, huh?
Do you agree that all minorities should be represented under the term BAME?
No, absolutely. I think we should scrap with the term minority. I think we should just stop with the labels. Because, I mean, what's the point? You know, you shouldn't have any label whatsoever. You have a person, that's it. You have a name, date of birth, good enough, huh? I have your identity now, you know, you're fine. Right? So you're, you know, for like, you know, administrative purposes, you know, a name and a date of birth is good enough for me. Anything else like BME or whatever, I don't think should stay in the vernacular, or like people should not use terms like minorities or BME or protected groups or any of that. They should just I don't know.
Okay, so I just want to ask you a few questions. So what does diversity mean to you?
What does diversity mean to me?
Yeah.
It's a difficult one. It's like being able to see things in so many different perspectives, like getting people from a range of different backgrounds, and just understanding. I think diversity, a lot of it is understanding that your view on something is just your view, it's just your perception. It doesn't necessarily represent everyone around you, and then other people that come from different backgrounds. So it's being able to understand your perspective and understanding everyone else's, and just getting a fair representation. So yeah, I think that's me.
And as you know, it's Black History Month this month, and what are your views on Black History Month?
I love Black History Month, obviously. Like, it was very influential for me growing up, because it's the first time in schools that you hear about people that look like you. Do you know what I mean? It's like you're going through your schools learning about the Tudors, learning about the Romans, and it's like there's no representation of anyone who looks like you. So it's like, well, does our history not exist? Do we not deserve to have our stories told? So I think it's great. I'm really a bit skeptical now about how they're trying to change it into diversity month and that sort of thing. And I think it's important for every other culture. As I said originally about diversity, Black history is important, but it is not just our perspective. It's important to hear those stories from maybe Asian backgrounds and backgrounds that are minorities but not just black. But I think it's still important that we still keep it Black History Month, and then there should just be other months, and hopefully it helps the sort of education system move towards an area where they're representing everyone, rather than just hearing one narrative.
That's really good. And how do you think we can help the younger generation learn more about, our black country and black culture and Black History Month?
I think just through people getting involved in the community. I think it's easy for me, I work a 9-to-5 job now, so it's easy for me to say that, and it's about people our level, our age, sort of going back to the community and making sure that we're helping out with workshops, helping out with youth centre stuff, and just really promoting that to kids, making it more of an attractive thing.
And do you think we can start this stuff at home with our own families as well? 100%,
100%. All the stuff like this always starts from home, and then anyone that you can reach directly, so it's going to be your home and your family, then your extended family, and then friends of family, and then that sort of thing. So,
thanks a lot, I really appreciate it, man.
No worries, man. Take care, man.
You too, man.
So, do you believe that Black History Month should stay just for black people, or do you believe in Cultural Month, that other races and other nationalities should also be included in Black History Month?
I think, well, if you look at the purpose of Black History Month, the evolution of it was to include all races. But you must always remember the origin of why it was created in the first place. So no, I don't see an issue with including it, but you always must remember why it started in the first place. Okay?
Good answer. And also, do you think there's a chance that maybe other races...
Okay, there's a
Oh, it's okay. Oh. Let's go. I was about to use taekwondo on that. Do you believe that other races and other nationalities should have their own month to celebrate their culture and history?
Which nationalities are you talking about?
Well, anyone, like Asians, Arabs.
I'm going to play devil's advocate. I don't think that there's a way to say every race, origin, nationality, whatever, deserves its own month. But I believe that everyone likes to feel like they are contributing and they have a purpose. So I feel like you're able to be appreciated through saying, oh, well, we have a week or a month that that the world recognizes us. I also think it's important that we look at not getting too far, making it like a fad and making it like, oh, the thing is to have a month for your whatever or a week for your whatever. It's important that you remember to respect people's cultures, respect who they are, where they come from, where they're going. But no, I'm not going to say I think that everyone needs their own month or week, but it's important that you realize not to make it a fad and just show your appreciation for that culture, and then do it all the time. Don't just make Cinco de Mayo about Cinco de Mayo. Like, if you are immersed in that culture and you want to learn more about it, do it all the time throughout your whatever. So, yeah.
And lastly, what does Black History Month mean to you?
Well, by my accent, you can probably tell I'm American. So I think it's a little different for me, just because going through public school system in America, you learn about the normals, as I call them. When I went to college, I went a little further, and then I went to a HBCU, which is historically black college and university. So I was able to learn more. I do think Black History Month is also narrowed down into just certain people, and we don't look at the fighters and the pioneers who didn't get recognition. One of my personal heroes is like Nina Simone. I love her. But she's one of those people who a lot of times don't get recognition, and like I said, so I'll use like American people, Martin Luther King and Harriet Tubman and things like that. But for me, it was like Nina Simone. So that's what it means to me. Okay?
Yeah. Thank you very much. You gave good answers. Cheers. Hello, I'm here with
Kamlesh.
Okay, Kamlesh.
Yeah.
So tell me, Kamlesh, do you believe that Black History Month should stay just Black History Month, or should it be changed to Diversity Month?
I think Black History Month, but maybe expands what the meaning of black is. So back in the day it was more about sort of alternative, other, but now it seems to be a colour and purely black people. I think Black History Month was more of a political black message, right? So ethnic minorities, marginalised communities come together, and black politics was strong in the 70s and 80s, but now it means something quite different. So I think unity is better. So I think Black History Month is a good idea. Diversity Month seems a bit, it's not as direct, you know, it's a bit beating around the bush. We're talking about something very specific here, aren't we?
So do you think that by changing it to Diverse Month that you're just labelling all non-whites the same?
Yeah, I think it will weaken it a bit. It will weaken it a bit. And I don't, you know, I think Black History Month, I think it should be, you know, I think it's a nice sort of focus point for, I guess, specific cultures and stuff, specifically black people or whatever, but I'd like to think it would be broadened out into some sort of maybe more political, cross-cultural thing, you know, different colours coming to sort of having their own sort of history month.
So you believe that other races and nationalities should get their own history month?
Yeah, I don't believe in race at all. I think that's just it's a social construct. It doesn't make sense. There's a human species with different colours. You and I have maybe more genetically similar than you and another person whose skin is black. It doesn't make sense to me. And you know, like James Baldwin said, it's nonsense that we're still talking about race nowadays. That's a very tricky road, and I think it doesn't help. So ethnic minorities, I agree there's differences in ethnicity, culture. Race is just a massive red herring.
Okay. Thank you for your questions, for your answers.
You're welcome, mate.
Very good.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, man.
So what are your views on diversity?
I believe it's needed, especially when it comes to like businesses. Obviously right now I work in advertising and it's improving a lot, but in terms of diversity in the industry, it's always valuable. In terms of like, for example, let's say if you have like a diverse workforce, you tend to have like a kind of like a wide spectrum of ideas, perceptions, all come from different backgrounds and all bring in individual value. So it's not only helpful in terms of social gain, but also helpful in terms of business gain as well. So yeah.
So what are your views on Black History Month?
It's needed, it's valuable. I haven't felt the impact of it really. I'm only 21 years old, so I don't know. Maybe as I grow older, but yeah, it's definitely needed. But yeah, I don't feel like I felt the impact of it, and yeah, it's made as much impact as possible. Yeah.
And Black History Month has been turned to Diversity Month. So what are your? Do you think that's good?
I guess kind of like it's kind of watering down it. So kind of like that whole thing of like Black Lives Matter and All Lives Matter. Sometimes like it's taken away from the actual defeating the purpose kind of. But at the same time, it's like another part of me says that doesn't really need to be like a Black History Month, because if you analyse British history, Black people are an integral part. It's just about emphasising that history more. You know what I'm saying? So I don't sometimes sorry.
That's all right.
Sometimes it's like by putting Black History in the month, you're kind of like demeaning it as like, oh, you have your own month and the rest of 11 months is ours. But if you actually analyse British history and world history, like Black people has the integral role to play, from all the way from the ancient times to obviously the Windrush and people coming over here and integrating and becoming part of the workforce. So yeah.
Thanks a lot, Richie.
So I'm here with
Elijah Augustus.
Elijah Augustus, do you believe that Black History Month should be changed to Diversity Month or just stay Black History Month?
I would like to challenge the notion of this idea of having a Black History Month anyway. And I think we as a people, as a genuine believer in Christ and a follower of Jesus Christ, should redefine this notion of being black. And we think we should look at what is our true identity and whether or not being defined as being black is relevant as genuine followers of Jesus and who knows our identity in God. We should see ourselves as God sees us, and I don't think God sees us as black.
So you believe that we should find our own identity and scrap the whole black notion?
I believe as a child of God and as a member of the family of God and as a citizen of the kingdom of God, we should look at ourselves not as a black person in terms of the externalism, but as somebody who God has transformed, renewed and made in his own image. And I don't think God is looking at the colour of our skin, he's looking at the content of our character.
So you don't believe in the title of Black History Month then?
I think we should redefine that, and I think who gave us that title in the first place, and I think we should, you know, our history has come from a Hebrew history, from a Jewish history and from Israelite history. So from that history, the rich history, we have had this notion of being black history, and I think we should redefine that. We've got thousands of years of rich history to find out our true identity, and this idea that we are black is just a distraction from identifying who we really are.
And who is it that we really are?
I believe that there are many people who call themselves black, who are the genuine children of God, the genuine Israelites, the genuine people who God called and revealed himself to show the people of the world who God is. And we are here in this land where we should be witnesses of the genuine God, Jehovah, who through Christ has redeemed us and reconciled us to himself. So I think the idea that we are black takes away from our true identity, and our true identity is that yes, we are Hebrews, we are descendants of the tribe of Judah. I am a member of the tribe of Judah, and my identity now is based upon my relationship with Jesus Christ and Yeshua and my Saviour.
Thank you very much. That was a good interview.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Good questions.
Okay.
I'm here with
Arlington.
Arlington.
Yes.
Okay. Arlington, do you think Black History Month should stay just black, or should it be changed to Diversity Month?
No, I think it should stay just black, because I think black people, because of our history, deserves to have something that is uniquely ours.
Okay, good answer. And do you think that maybe other nationalities should get their own month of history?
Yes, I think if in a sense of fairness, I think as blacks would expect that they would have something that's uniquely theirs. I think also other people should have something similar. Yes.
And do you think we should all just have one month of history? For example, they want to change Black History Month to Diversity Month. Is that fair to us and other races that we only have like 1 month of history?
No, history is comprised of many events happening during several months throughout the course of the century. So I don't think 1 month is sufficient. No.
Why don't you think 1 month is sufficient?
Well, I think it's the time is not adequate.
So do you think it's right that there's only 1 month to Black History Month? Shouldn't it be like all year round?
Well, no, I think, yes, I do think it should be all year round, because I think black people have many achievements that they ought to be celebrating year round. I agree.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, thank you for your answers.
Yeah. Okay, so I just want to know your guys' views on diversity. Let me start with you.
Okay. So why diversity is important and relevant?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think obviously we're in Brixton. It's an incredibly diverse place. I think it's really good that we're showcasing the diversity more, because I think you've always seen diversity in the area, but it hasn't always been kind of documented and showcased, whereas now I think it is being more with kind of like Black Cultural Archive Centre and things like that. So I think
you just do it in a healthy way. That's important for me, because that's how I want to live.
That's really good to hear. And what do you think about Black History Month being turned into Diversity Month?
I can understand why some people may think that would be a good thing, because should there be a Black History Month, or should it just be Black history is a history which exists and should be focused at any point in the year? However, I think the reason we have Black History Month is because there is a lack of education on Black history. It's not in the curriculum. The only Black history that is actually taught is slavery, and that's not Black history.